Okay, so we are going through a workout today. We got Miss Ivana here today, and we have the new booty builder equipment out at Leader Fitness. So this has just arrived the last 2 days. Everyone has been super excited about it. So we're gonna dive into how to use this equipment, the different pieces. It came with 13 select pieces of equipment in their line, and we got all 13 of them here. So we're gonna use the majority of them and put her through a nice leg workout, and then also kind of a learning experience for us as well too. You know, we've obviously used this a little bit, but today I really wanna dive into, you know, the processes of these types of equipment, and then also just get a really good workout and share with you guys. So we're gonna start here with some abduction. So legs, we're gonna work those outside those hips to really loosen up, get us prepared for the workout. So this is how I like to start as well as her. And so we're gonna do this standing. This is a very unique piece. It's a standing abduction, which most people just see that seated normal machine. That's why these are different. It's gonna put your body in different positions, but using those intended muscles, and we're gonna give it a try. So here we go. All right, so far, just some things that are already sticking out to me that I can already tell a difference on compared to a normal, like I said, traditional abduction is with the standing version, you can adjust your hands and you can put your body in any place you want. So some people's hips might want to be further back, some a little bit closer, and everyone's bodies are built different. So this makes you more adjustable because you can line your body up. You don't have to just stay in a seat. You can go forward and back with your total body movements and find exactly where you're hitting those abduction muscles or abductor muscles, right? Another thing is with how you can place your upper body. So she's keeping a very strong chest. I call it strong, a proud chest, but keeping that chest high, so that nothing is moving through the upper body here. It's just solely right here in the hips and the glutes area, opening and closing. So this is a great starting exercise for a leg day where you're in control.
The thing is with those old traditional ones, I'm always, encouraging clients to grab onto the seat to drive force down, where you don't have to do that here. Your force is already going through because you're on your feet. And again, like I said, I think the adjustments with the arm positioning, that is huge as well. I mean, literally anybody, any size can fit into this, where a traditional one, sometimes they're so far extended that if you're shorter, it's harder to position your feet. So you're just kind of stuck between the first level and the second level. Here, you have the full setup. This is literally probably one of my favorites.
All right, moving on to our next exercise. So we have the hips, like I said, hips and glutes from the abduction. Abduction means going away from your body. These are warmed up. Now we're gonna move on to adduction. So adduction means coming into our body, adding into the body, but also we have adductors that do that bring your legs in. So this is the area that like a lot of people should focus on more, because you can build your legs on the inside to make them appear bigger. Everyone's always focused on the sweep, which is important, but you can also make your legs appear bigger by building the inside of them. And that's how it's done right here with the adduction machine. Let's try this out for you for the first time. Yeah, so to open up and pull this is easy enough. You just pull this lever and you can go as far as you wide. You want to go up wide enough, obviously, that you're creating that stretch at the end. You're not actually maxing it out ever, so go a little bit further than you know your legs can go, and then you'll either put yourself into it or a partner will help you get into it and then go from there. I would stay there. Yep. Help you a little bit. Good. Ready? Oh yeah.
Again, the biggest thing for me personally is having that control, that drive through my feet, and being able to, adjust how far back I want my glutes and how far or how much forward I want to make sure I'm just hitting all adductor. Very, very isolated.
I think one thing we're also missing here, same with this one, is the balancing aspect.
Yeah, yep.
So when you have to balance on something, you're also going to use those muscles that aren't solely going to be used when you're sitting down, right? Yep. So these are going to be your stabilizing muscles. You're also getting into your tendons, your ligaments. You're actually using those because you have to support yourself up and balance through your feet. So I would say that's a huge difference on this as well.
If you're not training with a partner, a lot of people don't, you have these handles here up at the top to be able to set yourself up to get into the movement by yourself. So I'm gonna use my hand up here at the top to have a longer extension here. That way I can get into it by myself. I'm into it. Now I can reach and grab my setting that I like, and I like the upper handle here. Great setup for getting into the machine on your own.
All right, we are moving on to the deadlift split squat combo. So this is this is new to me. I'm trying it out for the first time as well. But I love what I've seen here, and I've decided we're gonna do a little superset. So let's have fun with this. That's what's cool about this booty builder is some of the machines are 2-in-1 things. So we're gonna actually just use one and make it a 2-part and do a superset. So this is gonna be a split squat variation paired with a deadlift or an RDL variation. So it actually has the setup where you put your foot up. You're doing those, I call them Bulgarian split squats with one leg forward. You're just driving on one leg while the back leg is extended and up. And you, like I said, you do one side, flip over to the other side, and then complete it. She's also gonna then move around and turn around, and then you can do a deadlift version, thinking that, you know, picture this as a bar, but you're driving the bar using your glutes, hams, and low back to squeeze through, work that posterior chain. And again, this machine just puts you right in the perfect position for it. So 2-in-1 exercise here, the deadlift split squat combo from Booty Builder. Let's see what we can do.
So right on here, obviously today I'm targeting more hamstrings. I'm gonna set my foot forward more, and I'm gonna sit back into the movement. But of course you can do quads on here as well. Okay. Whew. Okay, so I'm gonna adjust the handles to go into my RDL. Yep, I'm gonna lower it.
If she wanted to do this and have to set up a split squat with an RDL version, it'd take 10 minutes for her to, you know, find the proper equipment for the foot, you know, getting yourself set in either a Smith machine or with dumbbells, then having a bar separate to do RDLs. So this, just like I said, it makes a much more convenience factor because it's also pin driven, it's pin loaded, so you don't have to worry about changing weights either. So it just makes everything easier and quicker. You can get in here, get your workout in a lot quicker, especially with the guidance factor that they have on the machines as well. It shows you how to use the equipment. So very, very cool to have this accessibility to make everything more convenient. All right, moving on to our next exercise. We're gonna get into more of some pressing and squatting movements now. We got everything warm in regards to, you know, those hip abduction. We started with some RDLs as well as single leg squats. Now it's time to press. So this is the Booty Builder hip press. They call it the Pendulum hip press because you're actually, the seat is moving instead of the actual foot pad. Again, this one's really cool because you can adjust the platform here based on, obviously, your ankle flexion too. So everyone has a little bit of ankle flexion. They get comfortable in different spots. So that's what's really cool about this one is based on your ankle flexion on this movement, you can adjust here. Another unique piece about this is most of these hip presses you see, the platform will move. This one, the seat's actually gonna move, which makes it the pendulum version, right? And then also, finally, you can adjust the seat based on where you want your uprightness of your back. The only thing I probably don't like about this is you have to start in this position. You're started in the loaded position instead of the unloaded light. So that is the hardest part because it is really tight at the beginning. But once you get moving, it is good. Also, if you notice here, which I will do a lot of version of, is you can put your foot down and do single leg. So they have a place to put your foot down, so you're pressing through just one leg at a time. I like to do my hip presses one side at a time for isolation movements. And so that's what's gonna make this very nice for me as well. And finally, she's not even touching about 1/3 of the stack here yet. So we probably won't even get to half. So it is strong enough for me, for anybody, or should be, unless you're Ronnie Coleman. Are you doing a single down? Yeah. Again, this goes back into Booty Builder has designed the equipment to put you in the best position possible. And convenience. Again, back to convenience. You don't have to set yourself up in these things. It's easy to get in and out of, pin loaded. That makes it even easier. In and out. Great workout.
Whew. Whew. Ooh, that's heavy. Ooh, that is heavy. Oh.
This is a new piece to me. I've never seen this one. I did mess with it a little bit yesterday, but I'm excited to put Ivana through this. So this is a step up. Also, you could use it for calves, it looks like as well. It kind of looks like a calf machine. I know you can, because we tried it out, but its sole purpose is a step up, which you don't see many machines that are just solely that. Everything else is you usually just load it like a barbell or dumbbells, and you're just stepping onto a box. This actually has it, so it gives you a little bit more adjustability here and a little bit more comfort, because you can use this pin load in this and it makes everything easy. I do believe you can adjust here, which is nice. You can move the platform around based on your height, so that's going to be a huge thing. And then how you do this, and then this moves as well too, even more on your height. So you're stepping up, pushing through the foot, back down.
So for me, I'm gonna adjust this higher, Brett, so that I can get some more depth and stretch in my hamstrings and glutes, because that is what I'm targeting today. So maybe this is a bit high, but since it's new, I'm gonna start off here. So that way, as soon as my foot goes up, I'm already having that stretch and depth in my hamstrings and glutes.
In the outside world, like Baylor University,
Be explosive, good.
I wanna try something.
All right, so we are moving on to another special piece to just the Booty Builder line. So this is the standing hip thrust. Everybody usually knows the traditional hip thrust where you're bridging through the middle of it with your feet up. This provides a different variation, a different version that hits it totally, as she says, it feels much better as well. First thing I want you to notice is the adjustability up here. Obviously, again, jumps into everyone's different shapes and sizes, so we can base off where we want to go into our hips here, how far they are back, based on leg length. So this moves out and up, and then obviously the machinery will move up and down based on how much height you need and how much area your legs are covering. So first thing I notice is they have, again, the hand placement, so you can put yourself exactly where you need to be based on your height. And then also it's some guidance. All right, we are moving on to our, I call this the Glutinator. That's what it's known in the past, a version that looks like this. They call it the 3D multi-abductor. But overall, you're still working, like I said, the abduction, because the abduction is opening the legs, right? So she's opening the legs by using her glutes solely here. So I call this the Glutinator, and I love this thing. So this is one of my favorites, just because you can really drive through your feet here, pushing through the outside of your feet, which then obviously leads to you driving through your knees as well. So on my indicators here, I'm driving through my knees out and my feet down for that perfect glute activation and squeeze at the top, and then control it back to the middle and then fire again. So this is pretty self-explanatory. Again, just another piece that puts you in the right position. But this one is a very, very good isolation of the glutes, both really good for females and males, especially for males to kind of harden up, especially when you're at stage, when glutes are a factor on the judging. You can really get that extra detail and that extra work with this machine right here. All right, and that is a wrap on some of our favorite piece of booty builder equipment. So here at Leader, we have 13 of them. We have the entire line. Today we showed you about 6, 7, or 8 of them in general, just some of our favorites. But make sure you guys stop by and check out all of these new pieces of equipment, as well as the new stuff that's coming ahead too. So we have a lot of exciting things here at Leader Fitness. It's gonna be a new facility in 2026 with not only this new booty builders equipment going over, but also an array of stuff that we've been putting together involving New Tech, Mega Mass, Atlantis, Cybex, as well as Prime, and it's gonna be awesome. So we're excited to build up this culture, have the best training facility in North Houston, and you can find it here at Leader Fitness. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys learned something today. We'll see you next time. Say bye, Millie. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Gym girl.